How are you, Bill?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing this morning, Mike?
Good, man. Doing really good. What do you think of JD?
Well, I'll be completely honest. In 2020, he'd made some statements about Donald Trump, and and he was not my guy. I voted for him because he was a Republican. I kind of held my nose when I did it, and I wouldn't donate to his campaign. But I will say after last night, he kind of changed my mind because I grew up with JD Vance. I went to high school with JD Vance, not him particularly, but guys just like him who came from dirt poor families and struggled and made something out of their life. And the one thing I know is that you got to forgive people when they make mistakes, because I've made mistakes. I continue to make mistakes. But God said if we don't forgive, he can't forgive us. And so JD Vance is my man now.
Was there anything, Bill, that's very well said. Was there anything in particular last night that stood out to you?
Well, the thing that stood out to me probably the most was the 98-year-old Second World War veteran.
That's for sure.
I mean, because I sat there with tears rolling down my eyes because of what those men gave. And I look at this country and I'm sick of every blue-haired, purple-haired, overweight, gender studies major that's running around trying to tell us how to live our lives. I'm sick of it. And they're completely disrespectful of men like that. And I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. As an American, I'm 71 years old. I've lost both of my brothers here in the last couple of years. They both fought in Vietnam. And I'm just tired of people disrespecting them. I really am.
Disrespecting what?
Disrespecting their memory. I just disrespecting the sacrifice that people have given to make this cut, to give them the opportunity to do the garbage they do every day.
Yes.
I had a friend of mine who I played basketball with in high school. And he always told me, he said, Billy, he said, the same thing that makes you laugh will make you cry. And that's our American freedom. Because if I'm free, everybody's got to be free.
Yeah.
And
they don't even know what they have.
No, they don't. They oppose themselves. And that's why I pray for them every morning, Mike, is that these people, they oppose themselves. And I just pray that God would drag them into the valley of decision and meet them face to face. And so that they can make it, at least make an informed decision.
Let me ask you one more question, Bill.
Yep.
You're in Ohio. You grew up with JDs.
Yep.
I bet you got a lot of JD in your life as well too.
Well, I'm an American that just happens to be black. I'm so sick of African American. I don't know what to say about that. But I grew up in a high school with 60% white, 40% black. I played football, basketball, and our teams were and nobody cared, Mike. Nobody cared. All we cared about is, did he make the block? Did he make the shot? That's all we cared about.
You know what? One thing I love so much about the Gold Star families is what a cross section it was.
I know.
Like all the last names were very different.
Yep.
Very different.
Yep.
And that's good.
They're
that's
Americans, man. They're just Americans.
Yeah.
They did it the right way. They came here the right way. They worked hard, and their children made them proud, and they lost them because of an idiot who's so arrogant and has been stupid for over 50 years. He's just not a smart man.
My last question, Bill, what's one characteristic of the town you grew up in or the people you grew up around that you're proud of, that is good, that we need to get back to in this country?
I think I grew up in the city of Columbus, and, I relate a lot of stuff to sports. I mean, like, a lot of, guys went to different high schools around the city, and we played hard, and we wanted to win, and we would do just about everything short of ice pick you to get to win the game. But when it was all over, we were all still friends. We could all still hang out together. We could all still go to the same house party, and if somebody needed help, we'd all pull up, we'd all pull together and help them. I mean, and that's the thing that seems to be, that we've seemed to have lost in this country. You can fight hard and compete hard, but at the end of the day, you're still all on the same team.
Bill, you are a good man. I'm so glad you called in. I'm sorry you lost your brothers recently, Bill.
Well, they were my heroes. And can I tell you a real quick story?
It doesn't even have to be real quick.
When I got out of college, I took a test for officers candidate school, and I guess I did amazingly well on the pilot part of the test, and I was going to try to go in officers candidate school in the Navy and be a pilot. And long story short, I got turned down, and the guy told me, he said, well, you can enlist and you can get where you want to go with a different route. And about a week later, I got a letter from my brother, who was in Vietnam at the time in the Navy. He told me, he said, you spend 4 years of your life getting a degree. He said, if you go into the Navy in any other way other than as an officer, he said, I will go AWOL to whip your behind. Because you're not doing it. I mean, both of them are in Vietnam. He said, you're not doing it. He was always taking care of his little brother.
Yes.
I mean, that's where I grew up, Mike. That's America to me. That's what it is
your
to
home.
me. Yes, it's my home.
It's your home. Yeah. Bill, an honor to talk to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
All righty. Take care.